Thank you so much. I'm excited, honored, and privileged to be the 23rd head football coach here at the University of Illinois. I want to thank President Michael Hogan and Chancellor Phyllis Weiss, and especially Mike Thomas for having this opportunity of a lifetime.
That was December 9th of last year as Tim Beckman was introduced as Illinois' 23rd ever head football coach. Got the job after turning things around at Toledo, and he did that with offense. The Rockets 8th in the nation in scoring last year, 9th in total yards. Beckman inherited a program that had gone 3-9 the year before his arrival. They went 14-2 in conference play over his last 2 seasons. Tim Beckman is with us now. Coach, it's interesting in coaching. Often when you're a first-year coach, you either take over a program when it's way down, as you did at Toledo, or when it's had great success and the head coach has moved on. You're kind of in between here. So how do you handle that as a first-year coach here? Well,
Dave, I think it's a challenge. There's no question about it, and it's something that we as a coaching staff have talked a lot about. We started out at Camp Rantoul, which was a great opportunity for us as a football team to come together, not just on the football field, but off the football field also. We're now currently at Camp Hawthorne, we call it, over here at the Hawthorne Hotel, and we're doing the same things. We're talking not just about X's and O's, but really talking to the kids about family and building leadership and doing those things that are so important in building championships.
Coach, you've been in Illinois now several months, but this is your first camp. Every head coach runs their camp different. What's the one thing you've had to teach your team about the way you want camp run?
Well, you know, I think, Coach, to answer that question, it's been quite easy. It's about the tempo in which we're going to practice at. It's about being accountable when meeting time is. We're not going to walk in late. We're going to be on time. We call it Illini time. We're going to be 10 minutes early for everything we do. We're going to be out on that practice field 10 minutes early for everything we do, so that we're doing things on time. Because, as you well know, it's being and doing the things perfect that are going to make yourself successful.
Well, now that you're here and you've obviously spent a few weeks involved in camp, what is the number one thing that you want to get out of this camp?
Well, you know, we are competing, and we need to build depth. We don't have a bunch of depth, so we're trying to put players in situations that can make this football team better, Howard. And right now, I think the kids are accepting that challenge, and I look forward to, as we progress, practice 15s today, as we progress through this, that our players are competing so that when their name's called, come Saturday afternoon, they're ready to play.
Coach, give us a sense of the style you're going to play offensively and defensively.
Well, you know, again, it's the philosophy that I have is you have to fit with the personnel you have. We're not in the NFL here where we can take guys off waiver wires and those types of things. We have to fit with the personnel. We've been able to recruit one recruiting class, and those young men are freshmen right now. So offensively, we're trying to fit with the personnel that we have here right now. Now, I will tell you this, we'll be a tempoed offense. We will play at different tempos. We have 6 of them, as a matter of fact. And I'm happy with the way the offense has learned that, you know, what we're doing with that. Defensively, we've got some players out there. Depth is a major concern. I want us to be a defense that creates problems for not just the quarterback, but also for those offensive coordinators calling the shots up there in the press box. And then last but not least, special teams, which is the most important area that we have to improve on. We have to be consistent. We got to go back to our fundamentals and make sure that our fundamentals are sound.
Can you assess what's going on at the wide receiver position, since you're going to throw it and be an up-tempo offense? I'm guessing that you're going to throw it a lot more.
Well, we've utilized different people at wide receiver. We've taken tight ends and put them outside to be able to run some wide receiver stuff. We've taken a quarterback and moved him out to wide receiver. We've taken running backs and moved him out to wide receiver because we just don't have a lot of depth at that position. Right now, we've got 3 guys that are good wide receivers, and the younger guys have to step in and perform for us. If that's not the case, then we're going to have to take tight ends, move them out there, or quarterbacks, move them out there, so we're playing the 11 best.
Dovetailing off of Howard's question, what about the quarterbacks? Last year we saw Riley O'Toole, as the year went on, get more and more reps, although Nate Schillhaus was still pretty clearly the top quarterback. How is it coming together here in camp?
Well, it's been great competition. There's no question about it. Both of them have had outstanding camps. Miles Osei's even come in and shown that he's very capable of not just playing a slot and a running back, but he's also playing quarterback too, which when you're talking about your offense, that speaks highly of how the kids can learn the offense and can play multiple positions. I think it's a great competition now, and we've got 14 more practices after today. That's why we practice, so we'll see how it comes out for Western Michigan.
The new head coach here at Illinois, Tim Beckman. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, guys.